Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Fatin Hazwani binti RAFE'EI, matric number S56197, and this video is for subject ACT4992 industrial training. For this video, I will present about the issue that happened in my company during my industrial training. In this video, it will divided into 3 chapters. The first chapter is introduction to the organization. So the second chapter is experience, knowledge and skill learned. And the chapter 3 is about analysis of the selectors issue. So for the chapter 1, introduction to the organization, I've been in Wanazi and Co Shah Alam during my internship program. So Wanazi and Co was established in 1999 in Shah Alam, Selangor. Customer include government agency, commercial firms, cooperative and non-profit organisation. The founder of Wanazi and Co, Encik Wan Nazir bin Wan Muhammad, has successfully operated his firm for the past 10 years. He is a chartered accountant and a member of the Malaysian Institute of Accountants (MIA). Vision, mission and location of Wanazi and Co. So the vision state, as we are small in size, we can assure you that close professional engagement will be consistently maintained. For the vision, trustworthiness in our experience are the vision of Wanazi and Co. Wanazi and Co branch Shah Alam is located at Section 13 Shah Alam, Selangor, Darul Ehsan. Today, the firm is managed by Encik Muhammad Wazir bin Muhammad Awal, which is the principal of Wanazi and Co Shah Alam. Let's move to the chapter 2. Chapter 2 consists experience, knowledge and skill learned. So, internship allows me to pursue a profession without having to make any firm commitments. It also aids in my acquisition of the experience, information and abilities that I will need for the past 24-week industrial training program at Wanazi and Co. So the knowledge and skill learned, I was tasked with working with the audit department during my 6-month internship at Wanazi and Co. The business is committed to providing an unbiased evaluation of the financial accounts. For this reason, the head principal here emphasizes the importance of Companies Act 2016 and applicable auditing or accounting requirement when carrying out their duties. I was also given detailed instruction and direction on how the audit work process is carried out from beginning to the end by a senior manager named Puan Rohani, which is also my industrial supervisor. So far, I have audited 7 companies in total during my 6-month internship program. For the audit process in Wanazi and Co which is planning. I learned how to complete planning procedure for audit job. It is begin by copying last year A1s, which is report and financial statement, reviewing the management account, and performing an audit procedure on the statement. The auditing standard states the importance of planning process in ISA 300, which is planning. So for the next step for audit work is procedure is statutory audit. A statutory audit ensures the correctness of a company's of government's financial statement and record. A statutory audit evaluates whether an organization's financial statements are fair and truthful to analyze financial data, including bank balance, bookkeeping records, and transactions. Next, the most important procedure are audit work. During this phase, the auditor will do a comprehensive review of the company's assets, liabilities, cost, revenue, and any other noteworthy or possibly dangerous area. The degree of materiality is therefore seen as significant. It is ascertained by use of the working paper on planning materiality. For the process of audit work, the comprehensive memorandum is intended to provide a broad overview of the financial statement once the audit process is finished. This allows the auditor to assess whether the financial statements are presented in a true and fair view by providing a comprehensive overview of all the areas and condensing the assessment of the balance sheet and income statement items. The last procedure for audit work are drafting the audit report and financial statement. This procedure complies with the working paper as it formulates and links the annual profit or loss, share capital, and financial instrument numbers. Every trainee or the intern staff must meet with the senior staff members to discuss their financial accounts and report after the drafting have been done. The completion of book entries together with their corresponding vouchers as supporting document is known as a cut over. In this technique, 2 persons read an item in a specified order and 1 person confirm that the reading is right. After that, the report and the file will be forwarded to the senior manager's first assessment before she will make sure there are no mistakes or omission. The file and the report will be sent to the principal for a second evaluation after she gives her permission. This was done to make sure there were no mistakes or misstatement in the document or the report and financial statement before they were submitted to customer. For the application of theories during training and their relevance result, I gained an understanding of the value of impartiality and independence, and as well as how audits help clients feel assured. When doing their duties, auditor must adhere to audit procedure and accounting standards. Contribution to the organization and problem encountered. Under the direction of my audit manager, I helped prepare audit reports, working papers, sampling, vouching, and comprehensive set of auditing for inactive companies throughout my 24 weeks of industrial training at Wanazi & Co. The other name of inactive companies is a dormant. So I learned a great deal about how to perform audit tasks. For instance, we might discover misstatement and issue using the audit technique while doing the audit process. Therefore, it was our duty to notify the director and accountant directly through the management letter. So, for methods of acquiring knowledge and technical skills, students frequently face difficulties at work. This is particularly true for those enrolled in industrial training programs who are just getting started and learning how to operate in a corporate settings. They must be able to adjust to them in several ways, whether they are independent or dependent. Move on to the chapter 3, which is an analysis of the selected issue. The issue arise in Wanazi & Co. is the difficulties of auditor in acquire audit evidence and producing audited report. In the field of auditing, there is issue when preparing audit working paper. Hence, it is very important for auditor to expanding their mind in this audit field for them to give the best assurance to their client. Audit evidence such as payment voucher agreement and others are the most important to recognize the income or expenses has been occurred. It is important to auditor to do an audit work with the audit evidence. However, the auditor always facing the difficulties in obtaining audit evidence from clients. The audit evidence requested by auditor always incomplete, and the auditor only can access their transaction of the company by tracing it from bank statement if there is no audit evidence provided. The most difficult aspect for audit department is having to make assumption based on their assessment of the business nature. This is because when we ask them to resubmit the audit evidence, some of the client refuse to give cooperation with the unfinished audit evidence. As a result, several tests that are conducted during the audit process will be delayed because supporting document is missing and pending from the client. So for next discussion of the selected issue, audit evidence have been issued under ISA 501 International Standard of Auditing in March 2009. The objective of the auditor is to obtain appropriate audit evidence regarding the existence, completeness of litigation and presentation and disclosure of segment information in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. With that being said, the client must provide the audit evidence that the auditor asked to perform for audit. So, during my internship, I always list out the outstanding matters to give to the client. Outstanding matter is a list of audit evidence that we require client to provide to auditor to perform an audit. The list of audit evidence is including bank statement, issued invoice to the client, payment voucher and others. Most of the client did not provide the complete evidence with us. From here, auditor had a difficulty to prepare audit working paper. Auditor had to wait the complete audit work, and it will delay the drafting of reports and financial statement. So during my training at Wan Nazik and Co, client is very slow to provide all the evidence requested by auditor. It makes my audit work got delayed and cannot complete the audit work on time. There is also one case where the client did not respond at all to all the email we sent to them. Besides, I cannot complete my audit work on time. The delay also might affect the date for client submit the audited report to the company's Commission of Malaysia (SSM), and the client will be fined by the SSM due to the late submission of the audited report. Lastly, the auditor won't be able to draw a conclusion or support their assessment if client have failed to provide the audit evidence to the auditor. Determining whether the entity's financial statement are true and fair view is based on the audit evidence. When contradicting material is presented in auditing area, auditors view audit evidence from reputable source as being more important. Furthermore, the reliability of source is emphasized by legal professional obligation. If the customer in Wan Nazik and Co fail to give the supporting document that has been requested by the auditors, my manager will give a consultation to the client and tell the client that the issue will affect the opinion on the audited report. So for the suggestion and recommendation, both the accountant and auditor should make a commitment to their customer that they will never be biased or participate in unethical practice such as recording transaction without providing any supporting document or source document. If the customer accepted the term and condition, they could offer to write the report. Next, it is very important to have the accountant with the accounting background. And the transaction record by the accountant will not become a mess, and it will be easier for auditor to trace the nature of the transaction. I think every client should follow guidance from the regulatory authorities like Malaysian Private Entities Reporting Standard, which is AMPERS, to make them more understand about accounting. So for additional knowledge skills learned for the issue is, it is very crucial for client to provide complete information and supporting document to auditor. It is because it will be easier to auditor to prepare a good working paper and make a good audit report that will make client rely on the financial audited report. In conclusion, I had a great 24 weeks at Wanaze & Co. I think it is not easy to become a successful auditor because there is always a challenge all aspects. I have learned that my mentality is open to working effectively and made while I complete my industrial training at Wanaze & Co. My issue, it can be stated that an auditor must be familiar with the accounting process. It is essential knowledge for an auditor to have, as it will make explaining emerging issue to customer or account provider easier. Accountant must also be aware of the accounting standard, which include documenting double entry transaction, keeping track of paperwork and works responsibly, because it will encouraging at any time an accountant can address all the emerging difficulties in audit inquiries, explain them and give supporting documentation. Lastly, doing internship at Wanaze & Co was the best decision I made. There is a lot of new things I learned throughout the 6 months of my internship there. I also discovered my own strength, weakness, and when working in the industry. Lastly, I want to thank all the person that give me strength for me to complete my internship program for the past 6 months. I think that's all from me. Thank you.